of you. So we're back to the class 3 a.m. session. It's 3:03, so got 3 minutes late. Actually, I was answering some students on public number. So first of all, a very good morning to you. And as you can see, the location has been shifted. This is my study room. I've come back to my study room. सर आ चुके हैं बेबी पटेल सर आ चुके हैं कैसे हैं आप सो लेट्स टेक 2 minutes टू वेक एवरीवन अप पहले 2 मिनट सबको उठा देते हैं देन 5 minutes का वार्म अप एंड आफ्टर द वार्म अप वी विल डिस्कस व्हाट टू स्टडी इन लास्ट 25 days व्हाट टू रीड व्हाट टू फोकस ऑन ये हम अभी पढ़ेंगे डिस्कस करेंगे वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू my warriors. एक गाना सुना आपने बॉलीवुड में एक बहुत अच्छा गाना आया था देयर वाज अ मूवी ऑफ इमरान हाशमी जन्नत 2 when I was preparing my net exam so this song was one of my favorite तेरे ही लिए तुझसे हूँ जुदा जन्नतें कहाँ बिन हुए फना so the second line जन्नतें कहाँ बिन हुए फना second line so shows that there is no heaven until unless you are ready to die unless you are ready to sacrifice no heaven until you be ready to sacrifice so जन्नतें कहाँ बिन हुए फना so those who are getting up right now those who are sacrificing sleep those who are having pain in your eyes right now you guys are actually fighting for your dreams. So to get heaven, you get ready to die first. So be ready. It's quite simple. You subscribe the channel. अगर हम सोचें कि कोई हमें ग्रुप में लिंक शेयर करेगा, just think about it. Why my assistants are going to wake up by 3? Why? They're not going to wake up by 3, though sometimes they do. So if they don't wake up, who will share the links? It's better we have told you that subscribe the channel. You will get the notification. रिया सेज मैंने पानी नहीं मारा आंखों पे मैंने तो मारा है आई वॉज लाइक ओके रिदम डोंट टेक रिस्क Shonali says I'm using eye drop. I can understand. I totally understand. So what I'll do, I'll wake you up. I'll ask some questions, giving you 10 seconds time. जल्दी जल्दी आपका जो है नींद गायब हो जाएगी. So my first question goes for all of you. It's 10-second time. You just have to set them in order. Set the books in order. And let's see who answers perfectly. Okay, the first book we have is Wuthering Heights. Think about the year, think about the publication. Second book, Jane Eyre. Third book, Vanity Fair. Let's see how many of you said them in order. Which book is first, second, third? In which year? Wow, Aishwarya, that's amazing. Say my hello to kids. Very good, Joy. Joy has answered this thing 1847. Very good, Twinkle Gupta. बहुत बढ़िया. Twinkle Gupta has followed my lectures. Twinkle Gupta lectures बहुत सही से follow कर रहे हैं. So I asked you, very good, Simran Bhatia. बहुत बढ़िया. I asked you 3 books: Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, and Vanity Fair. And most of you have written 1847. Yes, 3 great books. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, both sisters, and Vanity Fair by W.M. Thackeray. 3 great classical books published in same year, 1847. 3 great classical books हैं एक साथ publish हुई हैं 1847 में. So make sure you read all of these books. As I told you that Jane Eyre has a reference of Red Room. Wuthering Heights is a kind of romantic tragedy, love tragedy, or we can simply say a kind of true lovers tragedy. And then Vanity Fair is a must read. Vanity Fair gives you the idea of two prototypes of Victorian women. This question is asked to me again and again. Joy Mukherjee, जो आपका question है, this is asked to me again and again. People are texting me on YouTube also. They're asking me, when do we have the exam? In the last days or in the first days? Okay, this is a curiosity. So I will use my logic and I can be wrong, but I don't fear being wrong. It's okay. First of all, 6th October, RPSC also has an English exam. Rajasthan Public Service Commission also has an exam on 6th of October. So what I'm sure about is that on 6th, it's not there. English exam is not there. Second thing, using the previous, if we say the previous experience, maximum time, English exam is either on the third or the fourth day. So when it's on the third or the fourth day, it means we will have either it's on 17th or 18th. So the logic says that it should be in the last days. Means you will have the benefit of 1 week. This is logic, but I can be wrong. Okay, nobody is God. And this logic, science क्या है? Science एक अच्छा अनुमान है. Science is a good logic. Okay. So the same thing I'm applying here. I'm using my logic. Logic is that mostly they conduct the exam in the last days. So we have a chance. And one confirmation is there that at least on 6th of October, they're not going to conduct it. Okay, now use pen, paper and we'll work because let's not waste time in unnecessary things. Very good morning from Delhi to all the people, those who are from Nida. I repeat it. I am telling you this thing. See, when I tell you that you don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. When you have a pending day, when you have a day full of work, hectic. So I also have it. When I tell you don't wake up if you have a hectic day. So I always have a hectic day. So I also feel a lot of trouble. But sometimes, it's just to motivate you. I really want to come live. So I can just tell you that yes, I'm there. It's possible we can do it. If you have a serious day, don't wake up at 3 a.m. Okay, waking up by 3 is not going to make change if you're not able to read in the entire day. Okay, just make a habit of getting up early morning. That's what I'm telling you. Like I'm not going to sleep. I'm fully awake. So what I'm planning, I'll be revising this thing. I'm going to revise paper 1. Some of you have seen my last video on paper 1. You liked it. So I thought that I'll revise more and I can answer students. Okay. So let's talk about the important things. We have 25 days. Let's take some important lines, what to read, what not to read. The first of all, the 25 writers series. Note it down. आपको लिख लो. 25 writers series. 25 important writers. And who are these 25 writers? Important writers. Especially I'm talking to my online students who are registered students. You have been given lectures on Canadian literature, French literature, German literature, Australian literature, African and Afro-American. Top 5 writers. Listen to my lectures. I have told you that these are the most important writers. Top 5 writers from multiple different countries. Make a list of 25 must-read writers. Finish these writers. Because if you read Canadian literature and you ignore Margaret Atwood or others, when you read Australian literature, you ignore Judith Wright or the others, A.D. Hope, that kind of writers, you're not going to make it. 25 writers. I will also help you. Let's assume, suppose you are not able to make the list of 25 writers. Today only, I'll be sharing the list of 25 writers in the groups. आपको 25 writers की group में मिल जाएगा. 25 writers and one book, one writer, 25 writers. You have to finish in these 25 days. Means I believe you have already finished it. But let's assume if you have not finished it, you're going to do it right now. Second thing, whenever we question postmodern writers, we get confused. There are 2 types of postmodern writers. The first one, those who have postmodern tendencies, like August Strindberg, Miss Julie, has postmodern tendencies. Lawrence Stern Tristram Shandy has postmodern characteristics. Or the postmodern writers in themselves. So we have like Marquez is there for postmodern writers. We have C.P. Snow is there for postmodern writers. So we have to divide the writers in 2 things. Now, what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a list of 10 writers. 5 writers with postmodern techniques, and 5 writers, the main important 5 writers of postmodernism. 10 writers. You just have to read the books and go for it. Rhythm. V.S. Naipaul is not in postmoderns, he's post-colonials. So just like this, you have to go for 10 plus post-colonial writers. It's quite easy. You read Salman Rushdie, V.S. Naipaul, Mohsin Hamid, Reluctant Fundamentalist, Hanif Qureshi, and then we have Arundhati Roy, Jhumpa Lahiri. These are the best post-colonial writers. ये must read हैं. When you read magic realism, if you remember my last video lecture on magic realism, those 5 writers are very, very important. So we have to go for a kind of, a list of taking top 5 from every sector. Okay. The same thing applied in Indian English literature. 2 poets, 2 novelists, 2 dramatists, 2 modern writers, theatre writers, 2 translation writers, because we have limited days left. So when we have limited days left, what we have to do is to cover up maximum things. Make sure you have divided the topics in 2 parts. The first one, you have read, you have notes, you just have to go for a kind of skimming. Skimming means a cursory reading. Jaldi jaldi usko padhna. Second is some writers, some books which are not even prepared. You're still looking for, you're still searching. Second thing, practically from my point of view, I believe that last days should not be used for new topics. Generally, when you are already preparing. So if you are already preparing, suppose because I can see like 160 people are watching it. So I know out of 160, 100 plus 120 are students, my online students. So you have everything. You have everything. You don't have to look for new things. Repeating once again, clear कर लो, ढंग से सुन लो, अच्छे से सुन लो. You have been given maximum things. So you don't have to look for new books, new notes, new videos, new things. Whatever you have in these 25 days, just mug it up. Second thing, my book of Pearson publication. When you ask me, sir, what is the importance of the book? I always tell you that in the last month or in the last 10 days, this book is going to do miracles. So now this is the time of 2020. What to do? At least 1.5 hour or 2 hour should be separated for the book. And now mug it up. You have given months to read, to understand, to analyze. Now what you have to do? Last time. And we have to go for 6s. Means just mug it up. समझ में आए ना आए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, just mug it up. When I attempted my first exam, I didn't know what is called literary theory. I didn't know what was literary theory. All I knew was that they keep talking about text, keep talking about meaning, keep talking about some random terms, but I didn't understand what exactly it was. So what did I do? I was scared of literary theory. I simply made some pages, new criticism, writers, books, post-structuralism, writers, books, structuralism, writers, books, some terminologies if I could found easily, I just mugged them. Because there is something is better than nothing. So if you're going to the exam with some empty idea, empty brain on a particular topic, it's better to go with something in your brain. Being the jack of all trades. You don't have to be master. You just have to be jack of all trades. किसी भी टॉपिक पे जीरो नहीं होना है. If this happens, I get a lot of texts from students. So they say, sir, can I leave African literature? Sir, what do you say if I leave Indian literature? What would I say? I'll say, okay, leave it. No, don't leave. And even if you're feeling to leave something, then why don't you just go for 1 or 2 more readings? जल्दी जल्दी खत्म कर दो, पढ़ के छोड़ दो. खाली दिमाग से नहीं जाना एग्जाम में. Why to leave certain things? It's not having any negative marking. So even if you read something for once, something for twice, and it clicked in the exam, you're going to make it. My 8th net attempt was in Ladakh, -20 temperature. I surrendered. Physically, I surrendered. I told the examiner that, sir, I'm not a local. -20 is not for me. Because roaming around in -20, walking in -20 was okay with woolen cloths and everything, but walking. I was walking, my blood was like regularly fluctuating, it was going up and down. But sitting for 3 hours in -20, I started freezing. So what did I do? I accepted that I'm going to fail in the exam. So I thought that let's not leave any question unanswered. मुझे बहुत ठंड लग रही थी, मेरे दांत टक 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 हड्डियां बज रही थी अंदर. तो एक चीज़ थी दिमाग में, वन थिंग वाज देयर, that before I give up, before I leave my exam chair and I switch to a heater, I will answer everything. So what did I do? I went for tick 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 for every answer. In online, it was an online mode exam. So selecting option, 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 reading the question, thinking for seconds and answer. So what did help me? When I qualified, it was a surprise for me because I was expecting the failure. I was like, okay, you failed. But I answered everything. So my experience, my own knowledge, and reading almost everything helped me. So don't go blank in the exam with some particular topics. Read everything right now. Plus, those who are new students, who are watching right now, yes, we are not taking any crash course admissions right now. We have closed the admissions. But what to do? First of all, the new students watch the rapid fire sessions which are available for public. Rapid fire में आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन तैयार हो जाएंगे. Second thing, mug up the book. Pearson publication, you have the book in front of you. Mug it up. इसे खत्म कर दो. The book alone can save you. All the online students, I'm telling you this thing frankly, 2 घंटे, 2 hours, keep it separately for the book. Finish it. My book has one best quality. 90% plus questions, topics are simply based on previous year's question papers. I use the previous year's question papers, what they have asked, what they're going to ask. So every line, every paragraph is going to help you. Just mug it up. इसको अच्छे से रट्टा लगा दो, कोई आपको नहीं रोको. एक चीज़ और, in last days, you don't have to go for practice of maths and reasoning. It takes a lot of time. So what I suggest you, that instead of going for a practice of DI and reasoning every day, decide one day. We have last 25 days. So what we can assume is that after 1 week, like after 7 days, you pick maths and reasoning, spend I think only 2 to 3 hours. You don't have to revise all the questions again. You just have to take one question, solve it, one question of reasoning, solve it, use your own previous notes and solve it by checking your own notes. अपने notes देखते देखते check करो, okay, this is the point, this is the formula, this is the strategy. It will help you to save time and revise maximum things. Along with these things, whatever you have prepared to mug up in your notebooks, do not keep a lot of books on your table. One of the best experience that I have got from my own exams. My first exam, I was very scared. I started feeling sleeplessness. I was not feeling to eat anything. I got anxiety. I got depression. I started fighting with people. I started fighting with my parents for calling me unnecessarily. बहुत गुस्सा आने लगा था, बहुत ज़्यादा गुस्सा. Last days of exam, नींद नहीं आ रही थी. And my heart was saying, next time we will make it. This time I'm not going to make it. I was not able to breathe. My room was very small. You must have seen my old room. I'll share some video with you. So my room was very small. I was feeling panic. And I was not able to last 3 to 4 days. I was like getting suffocated in my room. I was talking to people. I would go out of my room. I was not sitting back for studies. I started accepting it, that no, it's not going to happen. What will my family say? What will my relatives say? How will I show my face to my father? तो इतना डर लग रहा था, खाने का मन नहीं हो रहा था, इरिटेशन हो गया था, टेस्ट नहीं आ रहा था, मन कर रहा था टाइम पास करता रहूँ, बस बुक्स नहीं देखनी. I don't want to see the books. That was happening at that time. So I asked one of my another boy living in the same building. So he had an experience of failing in exam for 4 to 5 times. 4 से 5 बार एग्जाम में वो फेल हुआ था. So he was the guy with 4 to 5 failures. So I thought, ask him, what about failures? How it feels after giving so much, after giving 100%, or you have tortured yourself getting up at 3 a.m. So I asked him, I said, yeah, I'm feeling anxiety, depression. When I look at my books, I feel like I don't know anything. And when I open the book, I feel like I have done it. So when I close the book, I'm like, oh my God, I have not completed it. And when I open the book, I feel like, yes, I know, I think many things. He said, clean your table, remove your maximum books, keep just 1 or 2 books in the last, because only 3 to 4 days were left. So I was not having any option. I just listened to him. I removed all my books from my table, the big books, the proper, text box with my markings, underlinings. I removed all those books away. He said just keep 1 or 2 books where you are lacking or something you have prepared to revise. उसने कहा 1 या 2 किताब रखो, या तो जो आपको आता नहीं है लास्ट में पढ़ने के लिए, या that you have prepared for notes, rough notes. So I actually removed almost all the books, just kept 2 or 3 notebooks, rough copies. So removing the book was kind of psychological effect. I removed my pressure away, because whenever I was looking at the table, I was like, so much to finish, only few days left, so much to finish, only 3 days left. I removed all the notebooks. I was like, okay, leave it. He said, just accept it that you have done it. Leave it. I kept only 2 to 3 books. Now for me, it was 3 days, 3 books, basic 3 rough registers, rough notebooks. For me, so it was easy to complete 3 books in 3 days. So it gave me more confidence that whatever is happening, I'm going to do it. Yes, Prakash Bishnoy has narrated it. जो हाल दिल का वहाँ हो रहा है, वो हाल दिल का इधर हो रहा है. Yes, but it helped me to reduce my stress. See, when a student is preparing the exam, he's not only fighting the syllabus, he's also fighting anxiety, depression, family conditions, surroundings. आपको सबसे लड़ना होता है. Success is not that easy. So that's what I'm telling you. Last 25 days is the most important time. Here you have to play very smartly. Complete the things. As I've told you that I'll be giving you 25 writers list. I'll give you some more important lists from my side. Make sure दोबारा से repeat कर रहा हूँ, repeating for both all of you in English and in Hindi. First of all, in English, whatever you have completed till now, please revise it, because you have read a lot, you have taken my classes, my notes, everything, but you have never revised. You will go to the exam, you will curse me. Oh, he didn't teach. I'm telling you this thing. You have read 100 topics, but you did not revise. You go to the exam and you remember only 20. You're going to miss it. But somebody who has only studied 50 topics but has revised and is going to make 35. So 100 out of 20 and 35 out of 50. You can understand who's going to qualify. हर चीज़ याद होनी चाहिए, रिवीजन में आनी चाहिए. एंड इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू रिवाइज और मग अप एनीथिंग, एटलीस्ट रीड इट ट्वाइस. टेक अ पेन. What I do if I'm not able to recall it, pen लेके I'll underline it so that it will tell me that I have read it. Okay, do this thing, because there is no negative marking. If it clicked you in 4 options, you're going to nail it. This happens when I look at the questions, even if I'm not revised. 4 options, one option becomes Zoom for me. It's like, I have seen this. This seems to be connected. For this thing, be positive. जल्दी जल्दी सब पढ़ दो. Don't leave anything. What you have to leave right now is your big textbooks. No need to read explanations right now. No need to go in the depth and find out one solution. Okay? If some question takes your time, leave it. अभी मत करो. It's the last days. If you are stuck in a literary theory, suppose you are in deconstruction, you have 5 notebooks, 2-3 books, and you are ready to find out what deconstruction is. You have decided कि इस बार मैं deconstruction समझ के रहूँगा. Please don't do these things right now. What I mean to say, if some topic is taking time, if some topic is taking unnecessary involvement, leave it. There is no guarantee you will get a question of deconstruction. What I mean to say is that do not spend a big amount of time in any topic. नाउ व्हाट टू डू, कवर मैक्सिमम थिंग्स, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चीज़ें कवर करो. जो ज़्यादा कवर करेगा वो ज़्यादा जल्दी क्वालिफाई करेगा, बिकॉज वी हैव इन द लास्ट डेज, वी आर इन द एंड गेम. सो लास्ट डेज में यू डोंट हैव टू बिकम शेक्सपियर है, यू डोंट हैव टू बिकम सॉशर, फर्डिनेंड सॉशर नहीं बनना है आपको, शेक्सपियर नहीं बनना है. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज जस्ट कंप्लीट एवरीथिंग, जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. आई विश आई कुड शो यू माई रफ रजिस्टर्स, किसी और सेशन में दिखाऊंगा आपको माई रफ रजिस्टर्स. I have a habit. Whenever I prepare something, I read something, I keep on writing certain things in rough registers. I do not write paragraphs. I will make a star and then I'll write some important point. Then star and important time. So I got 3-4 registers with multiple stars. So I used to revise only those things before the exam, because I knew that whatever I have read, I always note down something important. I do not write unnecessary stuff. I particularly don't like to write. So if I am writing, obviously it is something important. So those things are used in audios. Those things are used in rapid fire sessions. And what I'll do, I'll use my rough registers for multiple rapid fires. I'll get you involved. अभी धीरे धीरे थोड़ा सा मैं फ्री भी हो रहा हूँ कुछ मेरे कंस्ट्रक्शन इश्यूज से. So we'll go for more rapid fires, and I'll make sure that maximum topics of my rough books are completed in rapid fire, so that you know all those things. With fresh mind, cover everything. लिस्ट आपको मिल जाएगी. डू नॉट सर्च न्यू टॉपिक्स. ओके, ये सारी चीज़ें याद रखना. एंड येस, मेनी ऑफ यू विल फील स्केयर्ड इन द लास्ट. एग्जाम डेज पास में हैं, डर लगेगा कि वेदर आई हैव टू अटेम्प्ट द एग्जाम और नॉट. नहीं हो पा रहा है, नेक्स्ट टाइम देखते हैं. देयर वाज अ स्टूडेंट इन माई ऑफलाइन बैच इन दिल्ली. सो हर फ्रेंड्स टोल्ड मी, दे सेड सर शी इज नॉट गोइंग टू फिल द फॉर्म. आई वाज लाइक व्हाई? Sir, she is scared. She says next time. No, if you're scared, you will be scared next time also, because being scared is a habit. हम देखते हैं ना, in one situation we get scared, another one fights. So the situation is both same for both. We have to develop the habit. मेरा तरीका इस्तेमाल करो. मेरा एक सिंपल सा तरीका है, because I have got a bad impact of literature. I'll be very honest. I have got a bad impact of literature. मैंने एक लिटरेचर से बुरी चीज़ सीखी है, that I'm going to tell you. वो बुरी चीज़ पता है क्या है? Anything that happens around me, I find it as a chapter. I find it as a story. मुझे लगता है ये भी एक स्टोरी है. And the worst thing is that I don't get anger. मुझे लगता है ये इसका narrative है. Maybe it's his opinion. ऐसा लगता है. So if somebody, I'll give you a very easy example. मेरी जो गाड़ी है उसको 3-4 बार लोगों ने खरोंच मारी है. So my assistant said, sir, you don't even abuse them. I was like, okay, it's okay. It's a bad day. It's a bad chapter. People have their narratives. मुझे वो सारी स्टोरी दिखने लगी. स्टोरी लगती है यार, ये भी स्टोरी है, ये भी स्टोरी है. What I mean to say is, you are the part of a story. It is your story. You are the protagonist, hero of your own story. All you have to do is just accept that you're going to be experienced. मैं अपने आप को एक बात समझाता हूँ कि whether it is good or bad, I am going to get experience. एक्सपीरियंस जरूर होगा. सो डरना नहीं एग्जाम में. अटेम्प्ट करो. जस्ट अटेम्प्ट. बिकॉज इफ यू गो टू द एग्जाम, नहीं आ रहा तो नहीं आ रहा, इट्स ओके. यू ऑल्सो हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस सिटिंग इन एग्जाम दैट यू डोंट नो द आंसर्स. दैट्स एक्सपीरियंस. मीट पीपल. When I go to the centers, I raise my neck, I recognize my faces. Oh, he's offline student. Somebody does like that. Hello, sir. Oh, it's online student. Experience meeting people. Go for experience. Nobody can snatch your experience. Failure, success, they are the part of life. They keep coming, keep going. But either it's failure or it's success. Nobody is going to take away your experience. You will never come back from the exam saying that no, there was no experience. I didn't experience anything. You will always have the experience. So when you are going to experience it, give your best shot. जब experience करना ही है तो अच्छा वाला शॉट लगा दो. ढंग से करो यार. एक ना, आई नो, यू नो, वी लर्न फ्रॉम एग्जाम्पल्स. मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. मेरे एक टॉपर स्टूडेंट है, JRF उसे टॉप किया था. फर्स्ट टाइम ही मिस द एग्जाम एंड आई कर्स्ड हिम इन द ऑफिस. आई स्कोल्डेड हिम. ही यूज्ड टू टॉक अ लॉट इन द क्लास, इन द बैक सीट. सो व्हेन ही केम टू मी, आई वाज लाइक, आई टोल्ड यू, यू आर अ ग्रेट माइंड, wasting your time. He got serious. He got tears in his eyes and he performed. He became topper. So I'm taking his example from a different thing. We would play cricket. I play cricket with my students in offline batches. It's quite normal बहुत सारे बच्चे हमारे होते हैं, कश्मीर के बच्चे बहुत अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, आई गॉट सम गुड प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम साउथ, सो हम लोग खेलते हैं जो हॉस्टल्स में रहते हैं बच्चे. दैट सेम गाय वॉज अ वेरी फास्ट बॉलर, बहुत तेज बॉल फेंकता था, बहुत तेज. मैंने अपने करियर में उससे तेज बॉल कभी नहीं खेली है, बहुत तेज फेंकता था वो. सेम टॉपर, सेम गाय. तो हम जब भी बैटिंग करने जाते, इधर मी, माई टीचर्स, वी टीचर्स ऑल्सो प्ले, वो हमें आउट कर देता. ही वॉज ऑलवेज बोल्ड अस आउट फॉर सेकेंड बॉल, फॉर थर्ड बॉल. ग्रेजुअली वी स्टार्टेड एक्सेप्टिंग दैट वी कांट फेस हिम. अरे हम बुढ़े टीचर्स हैं यार, फास्ट बॉलर, बॉल दिखती नहीं, यू कांट यू सी द बॉल. सो it was okay, it was obvious that oh, we are not going to handle him for second ball, for third ball. 2 बॉल 3 बॉल में आपको आउट करेगा. मैंने भी वो माना कि यार इसको नहीं दिखती नहीं है बॉल. तो द मोमेंट आई एक्सेप्टेड दैट इट्स नॉट ईजी टू फेस हिम, द सेम मोमेंट आई रिलीज्ड माई सेल्फ फ्रॉम द प्रेशर ऑफ बीइंग आउट. ये तो अंडरस्टूड था कि आउट कर रहा है वो, ये तो इट वॉज क्वाइट अंडरस्टूड दैट ही इज बॉलिंग अस आउट. यू नो हमारी वेल्स विकेट गिरा देता था वो. तो व्हाट डिड आई डू? आई यूज माई बैट होल्डिंग इट टाइटली. आई वॉज लाइक, यू डू योर जॉब, आई विल डू माई जॉब. आई विल हिट हार्ड वेदर इट्स गोइंग टू टच द बॉल और नॉट, बिकॉज आई नो आई एम गोइंग टू डू दैट. सो जब फेल हो ही रहा है तो ढंग से पढ़ लो यार, अपना बेस्ट अटेम्प्ट दे दो. इट वर्कड. It worked. Seeing his hand and the same direction, using the bat with the speed, we started hitting sixes. Soon we found that he has a simple pattern. It's simple straight ball with speed. So technically when you have nothing to lose, fight back. जब खोने को कुछ नहीं है तो डबल एफर्ट लगा दो. So simple सा है. You can't control the exam, you can't control the paper, but you can control your performance. परफॉर्मेंस तो अच्छी हम कर ही सकते हैं ना, तो पूरी ताकत लगा दो अच्छी वाली परफॉर्मेंस करने में. गिव योर सेल्फ अ बेस्ट शॉट. अपने आप को बोलो कि क्या दिक्कत है यार, अगर लगता है कि फेल होना है तो बोलो कि कोई बात नहीं, आई विल गिव माई बेस्ट शॉट. सो अराउंड 25 days आर देयर. डिवाइड दीज डेज 5 5 days के 5 slots बनाओ. 5 days for topics where you're lacking, 5 days for topics you still have to revise, 5 topics which you're never prepared, 5 topics for something like that, 5 days for something like that. 5 ऐसे बनाओ 25 days के 5 and make sure you go for maximum revision, maximum area should be covered. Okay, ये चीज़ें जो समझ जाएगा वो क्वालिफाई करेगा. डरना नहीं है, डर के आगे जीत है. चलो then hold on, मैं I'm going to read some paper one things so that I can give more ideas to students. और लाइफ में ये एग्ज़ाम कोई बड़ी चीज़ नहीं है, मायने नहीं रखता. अपना अटेम्प्ट दो. मायना ये रखता है कि आपका जो स्पिरिट है वो कैसा है, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस कैसा है. आशिक इकबाल कैसे हो? वन ऑफ माई बेस्ट स्टूडेंट, वेरी ग्रेट गिटारिस्ट. ही वुड परफॉर्म इन द क्लास. आशिक गिटार बजाता था क्लास में, बहुत अच्छी आवाज़ है. ट्रस्ट मी, यू नो, I somewhere feel that some of you who are qualifying NET, आशिक is qualified NET, you deserve a better place. मुझे लगता है कि आशिक अगर मेरे हाथ में हो तो मैं उसको बॉलीवुड में मौका दिलवाता हूँ. ये क्वेश्चन तो आई एम नॉट श्योर. इंग्लिश का एग्जाम फर्स्ट सेशन में होगा, सेकंड सेशन में होगा. आई पर्सनली टेल यू फ्रेंड्स, तुम मेरे दोस्त हो यार, सब स्टूडेंट्स हो, मेरे विनीतियंस हो. मैं कोई पत्ते लेके थोड़ी बैठा हूँ टैरो कार्ड्स कि वो फर्स्ट सेशन में होगा. व्हाई डू यू हैव टू आस्क दीज सिली क्वेश्चंस? अरे 9 बजे होगा तो भी यू आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म, 2 बजे होगा तो भी यू आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म. सो इफ इट्स इन फर्स्ट सेशन यू आर गोइंग टू नेल इट, इफ इट्स इन सेकंड सेशन यू आर गोइंग टू नेल इट. ओके. रविंद्र कह रहा है कौन सा म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट प्लेटो ने बैन किया था? फ्लूट बैन किया था, फ्लूट. बहुत बढ़िया. हाँ, एग्जाम दो, डरना नहीं है, एक्साइटेड रहो. बहुत बढ़िया. मोहम्मद माज ने लिखा है आई एम एक्साइटेड. यस, एग्जाम है, एक्सपीरियंस है, और कुछ यार इससे बढ़िया एक्सपीरियंस क्या होगा? फॉर लॉ टीचर्स, इफ यू वांट टू बी अ टीचर, नेट पीएचडी तो करना ही पड़ेगा. ये पता है, आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस थिंग फ्रेंकली, गवर्नमेंट डजंट केयर अबाउट यू. आई सी ना, आई एम सीइंग द गवर्नमेंट, they keep on changing. कभी ये करो, कभी वो करो. अरे net is enough to make them assistant professor. It is the toughest exam. But the people have qualified net. Now they say go for PhD. Okay, when you compel people to go for PhD, why don't you have a lot of universities? Why don't you have a lot of guides? एक तरफ तो आप बोलते हो PhD is compulsory, then you don't have guides. And I must tell you, one of my female students, she told me that some guide is harassing her. I'm not going to name the student or the university. I don't do that. I generally share the screenshot of success because there I can tell the name. Otherwise, I don't reveal things. I must tell you this thing to all the girls: speak up. Whenever somebody is troubling you, harassing you, speak up. It's a quite common tradition in PhD. I should not speak like that, but we have heard a lot that PhD gives the teachers a chance to grill the student. You have to be, and it's for male or female, anyone. You are being troubled psychologically, sometimes physically. I suggest you speak up. मैंने उनकी भी कहानी सुनी थी. That was an English department only, and I just told that speak up. So when she said that situation is not like that, I can't speak up. So I gave her a simple answer. Then tell the teacher that Vineet Pandey knows everything. मैंने कहा उसको बोल दो कि बेटा YouTube पे कहानी सुना दूंगा मैं. तो just fight back. बाकी आई एम टेलिंग यू देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट आई कांट स्पीक अप. क्या होगा यार, वहाँ से PhD हट जाए कहीं और से हो जाएगी, बट ऑलवेज स्पीक अप. आशिक, यू आर गोइंग टू क्वालिफाई नेट फॉर द थर्ड टाइम, बट आई वॉन्ट योर JRF. आई वॉन्ट टू सी अ JRF. तुम्हारा वो होना चाहिए, जब तुम्हारा सिंगिंग करियर में डेब्यू हो तो होना चाहिए कि स्कॉलर हु केम टू बॉलीवुड. ठीक है, चलो सबके लिए बेस्ट विशेस एंड मिलते हैं जल्दी. आज रैपिड फायर सेशन करते हैं. सी यू ऑल. एंड सोना नहीं है. I generally repeat this thing. If you have a hectic day, if you are feeling sleepy, then go for it. But if you are a student sitting at home, don't sleep. Okay? Bye bye.